Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. What I would have done. So just to be clear, I'm not saying I know better than George Lucas. The man imagined the world of Star Wars and dreamt up Indiana Jones. He created legendary heroes.
Hello there.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Somebody has to save our skins.
Prepare to meet Kali.
And conjured up iconic villains.
I am your father.
What are you hiding?
I am a shadowy reflection of you.
He was nominated for 5 Oscars for American Graffiti.
You're the most beautiful, exciting thing I've ever seen in my life.
The man knows how to make a movie. And though much has been said about his seeming lack of ability when it comes to writing dialogue,
And I thought, who talks like this, George?
it doesn't take away from his groundbreaking achievements as a filmmaker. That means I'm not going to pretend to know better than the man who thought up a galaxy far, far away. And as screenwriter William Goldman famously said,
Nobody knows anything.
but I can relay what I and many others think didn't work and provide a blueprint for what I believe could have made the films better, or at least what I would have liked to see on screen. Because I think we can all admit Episode 1 could have been done a little better. So that's the goal of this series, starting with Episode 1, continuing throughout the prequels, and picking back up with the sequel trilogy. Using the groundwork and story structure that's already been created, I want to talk about what changes I believe could have improved the films. I'm Phil McDonald, and welcome to Philmschool'd. Okay, let's start with the good. And not good as in what I find nostalgic. I grew up with the prequels, so they hold a special place in my heart. But they can also leave me with an empty feeling in my stomach. So I'm talking about what's capital G good. Darth Maul. He's a good character. Dare I say, a great character. Lucasfilms and Disney won't let the guy die because of it. Talk about beating a dead horse, if that horse had been cut in half. Anyway, he has a great design. The horns, the tattoos, all very menacing. And let's not forget about the cool double-bladed lightsaber. Now personally, I would have given him more dialogue. He says like one sentence in the whole movie.
At last we will have revenge.
In the final battle, it's dry as hell. For as good as it looks, it's pretty lacking in emotion, at least until, spoiler alert, have Maul hurl insults, mock the Jedi, have Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan probing for more information on the Sith. Something. You hired Peter Serafinowicz to voice the character.
I'll do a bit of Darth Maul.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge and cheese.
Use the guy. Lightsaber duels. Speaking of the final battle, the lightsaber choreography, it's amazing. A huge leap forward from the original trilogy. That being said, I wouldn't have Obi-Wan overcome his lack of the high ground to strike the final death-dealing blow on Maul. Just to later have that be the argument as to why Anakin can't do the same in Episode 3.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Keep it here, ditch it later. Pod racing. I dig it. It's cool, inventive, exciting. I like the character design of the alien opponents, especially Sebulba. Though I do wish there was a mix of puppetry, animatronics, and CGI to create him. I do wish there was a brief explanation as to the drawbacks or advantages of the different repulsor craft designs. How does Anakin's tiny little engines keep up with Sebulba's huge turbines? I don't know, I don't get it. And unfortunately, that's pretty much it for the positives. The bad. 3 words. Jar Jar Binks. I know, the Jar Jar slander has been done to death. There's even a whole segment in the Disney Plus docuseries Light and Magic about how the negative reviews of the character impacted the animators at Industrial Light and Magic and the motion capture and voice actor Ahmed Best. My intent is not to add to their suffering. This isn't a slight towards the animators or Ahmed. This one falls on George.
My give up.
Who may have lost the plot a little bit when it comes to Jar Jar.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
The character is bad, like really bad. He's too goofy, wacky, slapsticky to fit in the Star Wars universe.
What the?
Eddie, little Eddie.
Jar Jar, I am no longer Anakin Skywalker.
These are some nice adults, you booba.
Look, Jar Jar, it is very important.
I saw this movie as a kid. Jar Jar was meant to entertain kids. I didn't like him then. I don't like him now. Battle droids.
There's a classic moment with where George Lucas is showing off to Steven Spielberg the new droids that would be in the prequels.
Just one of our battle droids, actually. Look at this. This is the new Stormtrooper. Oh, this is our new Stormtrooper.
And he says to them, yeah, the Jedis will cut through these like butter.
What you don't realize is that these guys really aren't very efficient. These things, Jedi cut them down like they're butter.
And all the fans are like, that's not an enemy. If the Jedis can beat them with 0 resistance, there's no stakes.
And they really are pretty useless.
That's not a good thing. The movie doesn't treat them as a threat, so neither does the audience. I know stormtroopers were a bit of a joke in the original trilogy, but we should be correcting those mistakes, not continuing them.
Roger, Roger.
This one hurts, but Anakin Skywalker. Specifically, Kid Anakin.
Are you an angel? An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe. They live on the moons of Viego, I think.
Yeah, not good. This isn't a Jake Lloyd problem. He's just a kid reading the lines he was given. Might there have been a better kid actor out there? Maybe.
You're just a little boy.
I won't always be. I won't always be. I won't always be.
Great.
Possibly, but we don't know. I think the real issue is that Anakin is a kid in the first place.
It's working! It's working!
The tone. The movie doesn't need a dark or mature tone, but it does need to have weight. The overall silliness ruins the tension.
Excuse me.
There's plenty at stake, but we don't feel it. In A New Hope, Luke Skywalker had one chance to destroy a planet-destroying battleship, and we were glued to our seats because of it. The racial stereotypes. Jar Jar, Watto, the Nemoidians.
What is going on down there?
We lost the transmission, sir.
It's not good. Now, I won't go into detail about the stereotypes that were used. There's plenty of info out there about that. And I also don't believe it was done out of malice, or in some cases even on purpose.
George came up with that. He was looking around for different kinds of accents that would work with these characters. And I know there was a lot said after The Phantom Menace came out. A lot of people seemed to think that they were Japanese voices, and there was some unpleasant kind of slight on economics and world geopolitics. It wasn't like that at all. I
do think it was lazy and that someone should have intervened. Okay, a few gripes or nitpicks. Midichlorians.
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells. And we are symbionts with them.
Symbionts?
Life forms living together for mutual advantage. Without the midichlorians, life could not exist, and we would have no knowledge of the Force.
How about new?
The Force should be mystical, not something you can quantify with a blood test. The Jedi and the Sith, they can feel its ripples, right? So I say, instead of a midichlorian count, when Anakin uses the Force, that ripple is more like a wave or a splash or a tsunami. I don't care. Just keep it vague. Also, there are just too many modern references. Jar Jar stepping in a pile of doo-doo, or having the pod race moderated by a two-headed play-by-play announcer / color commentator. It's too similar to our modern world. Star Wars is supposed to be a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Not last week and right around the corner. The photography. It's not very cinematic. Everything looks flat, especially the final battle between the Gungans and the Separatists. Say what you want about the sequel trilogy,
That one's garbage!
but at least it looks good.
The garbage will do!
Unfortunately, George takes the blame for this again. I have to point at his insistence on creating all the backgrounds and the surroundings with CGI. I know the stands for the pod races were miniatures, but for the most part, the world and its non-human inhabitants, they're all made with CGI, and it leaves them looking empty and lifeless. I'm also sure that this lack of quality was the product of green screen technology and CGI, which was still new at the time, and not the lack of talent of cinematographer David Tattersall. He was the DP on such films as Con Air, The Green Mile, and another CGI-heavy production, Speed Racer. Okay, we did it. That's it. That is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, according to me. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoy it. I think it fixes some issues, minor tweaks here, big changes there, but I think it makes for a better story overall.